Not all series are made for solo reviews. Sometimes I just don't have a lot to say, or the series itself just doesn't have a lot going on for me to comment on. But today we'll be hitting up 3 such series from the fall season, and give my thoughts on them. The 3 are That Is the Bottleneck, Gale Dino, and Rail Romanesque. But let's start with the one I have the least to say about, Rail Romanesque. Rail Romanesque is based on, or derives characters from, a visual novel, but is about a group of human train girls that hold a meeting to boost sales and popularity of trains. The girls pair off, do bits, and come up with an idea for a product based on either the train's history or the site of operation, as well as do a comedy bit based on their tropes. But most episodes cover one of the girls' products in the first half, and then swap to one of the pairs doing their bit. My main issue is that the characters are pretty much lollies or lolly adjacent, meaning a visit from the worst of anime fans. But short, low-tension, 3-minute episodes with sapphic flavoring outside the actual lesbian pairing. But the fact that they are lolly/lolly adjacent will turn most off. And if you just want to see gals being pals, there are a dime a dozen. So I suggest watching one of those over this. Now to That Is the Bottleneck. Bottleneck is another 3-minute show, but this time it centers around the phrase, that is the bottleneck. Or, that's the thing that stops my progress or growth. Be that caring too much about what others think about you, or having a hard time focusing on anything outside of your main hobby. Every character in the series has one, and those are revealed alongside the series' mysterious character, Muto, whose face is always covered, giving him this air of mystery, even though he seems to be friendly. This mystery is the focus of the first 6 episodes, as each episode gives more intrigue to Muto, as characters that see his face seem to go missing while he's cooking, and the characters that remain seem to disregard this weird coincidence as they are stuck on their own bottlenecks. But this part is well done and gives that air of horror that seems to be directors Nobuo Iguchi's comfort genre. The next half of the series then swaps over to a more lighthearted as it is revealed that Muto has no head. We didn't get his backstory. He was formerly intended to a high-class lady and was beheaded after his lady died when they were eating together, as her guards believed he poisoned her. Now, back from the dead, he's looking to finally share one more rice ball with a girl that looks just like his former lady. But this said lady doesn't like rice balls, and since Muto has no head to communicate, he's trying his best to get her to buy one, while hiding the fact that he has no head, as it scares people off. But this series is definitely trying to do something experimental with both its story and design. As you can tell from its art style, that while seeming cheap, feels rather deliberate, as well as with its varied character design. However, as with most series doing something experimental, the interpretations will vary. Maybe you'll think it's revolutionary, maybe you'll think it's dumb and looks too ugly to watch. I'm personally rather indifferent to the series, but it is a novel series that, while different from the norm, doesn't overstay its welcome, nor makes me hungry for more. Maybe give it a watch if you're looking for something different, just be aware that the results may vary. Lastly, we move to Gale and Dino. Another show that feels a bit more experimental, but less in the design and more in allowing animators to get creative and test out new stuff with a versatile subject matter. That subject matter is a girl waking from a bender and realizing she now has a dinosaur as a roommate. From there, they do bits about the titular Gale and Dino and friends, and intercutting bits with little shorts that lets the animators show their chops with a solo animation, with the dino doing something, or a short where the viewer is tasked with finding the dino in the background. This makes up the first half of each episode, and the second half is a live-action version, which is a bit of a mixed bag of content. Sometimes it's its own plot, sometimes it's just a small variation on one of the bits from the show. Example being the dino playing with a bird in one of the bits, and in the live-action version, playing with a cat. But a lot of its humor leans on being so absurd it's funny, especially in the live action bits where I assume they bring in a comedian or two to do bits with the girl playing the live action Kaede and the person in the dino mascot suit. But the show doesn't really have a story to speak of, it's mainly just a Gale and Dino hanging out alone or with friends. If you got a taste for absurd comedies and just want something you can put on every now and again as an anime breath mint to cleanse the taste buds, maybe this is for you. But I would highly recommend not to marathon this, as it was a struggle to get through and I found the series a bit boring because of it. But that should about do it. If you got a series you want to see covered, leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe as we are working toward that subscriber goal, which will require me to release a special video. At the time of writing, it's a ranking of all the Naruto fillers, so that will be fun. But probably it's going to be a few solo reviews until I do the Idol Roundup review. So, see you next time.